Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Andertons TV. I am joined by the wonderful Rabea Massad.
Hello.
Who has stayed with the rig du jour.
If it ain't broke, you know.
So,
it's great.
We're not blindfolded, we are Winner Stays On. I don't even know what show we're shooting today. We're doing Winner Stays On, but this time shooting out delay pedals.
Again, this one's going to be hard, I think.
Yeah, so Oz and I sat trying to go, how are we going to do this? Because there's quite a few different kinds of delay pedals, analog, digital, bucket brigade, tape emulations. Where are we going with this? And then we just thought, you know what, let's just throw a whole mix in, see what Rabea ends up liking. So there's, apart from the fact that we've really tried to go everything from like hyper affordable through to expensive and everything in between here, there's all sorts. So, Mr. Rabea.
Yes.
The format is the same. There's always going to be two pedals in here. You don't know what they are, of course. You just choose which is your favorite. We're running through the effects loop of a Kraken VX using the Sire S7 with the Monty's pickups in them. More information about all that below. You're going perhaps with a bit more gain on the amp this time, and you're going to be sitting on the control.
Indeed.
Delays are through the effects loop. And honestly, there's almost no point me doing this whole 12 o'clock thing anymore because they're all going to be different. So I think you just need to go, can I have more, less of whatever? And you go, I like that one, or I don't like that one.
Are these all strictly delay? So there's no like reverb in them and stuff, or is it just delay?
That is a great question. If there is, I will turn it off, right? I'm pretty sure
we've taken the delay, we've taken the reverb out of the amp. So
do you want to put the reverb back in the amp?
Well, it does make things a little nicer.
We can put the reverb back in the amplifier. Okay, let's have a cut.
Yeah.
So we're back now. Now we have added reverb as well, just a smidgen from the Strymon Blue Sky. How much gain have we got on tap here, Rabea?
Well, I've put the gain at halfway, so it's not like ridiculous, but on the humbucker it's...
We have enough.
Yeah.
We have enough. Okay, so our first two contenders are this one and this one. Nearly said you which one they were. That would be a fail. I actually, looking through them, we have, you know, where we've got options on pedals to switch between different voicings, you know, so some of these pedals will have the option to sound like an analog delay or a digital delay or whatever like that. I guess I've just got to tell you, and you've just got to say, yeah, put it in that mode. And if it doesn't have an option, then I'll just say there's no option. It just sounds like it sounds. Okay. So on these first two, we'll start with everything at 12 and try and dial in a sort of something similar. You can have, I've got them both set to their slightly more sort of digital sounding modes.
Okay.
And if you want, I'll just switch them during your playing to their analog sounding modes. So let's go with delay pedal number 1. Delay pedal number 2.
Oh, it's different.
Wow, okay, so we need a lot more level on this one, don't we, to kind of like...
It's almost a slapback, is that?
There we go, a little bit more level and...
For this one.
Okay, I am going to switch them both now to their analog modes. So we're going back to the first one.
Okay. Okay.
Second one.
Bring the level down on this one.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I still prefer that one.
You still prefer that one? Yeah. Controversial straight away. let's go in with something. I'm just picking these kind of at random, maybe jumping around the prices a little bit to keep you on your toes. Might just have to do a quick... No, I don't think I need to refer to the manual on this one, he says. Okay, let's start. We'll go back to its digital modes in each one and see what you like here. We're kind of 12 o'clock-ish.
Okay.
Here we go. This is the new one.
The new one. Turn it off for a sec. I'm back on. It's quite nice. I like it.
Here's the other one.
Yeah. Can we have a little slower, a little more feedback?
A little slower, a little more feedback. Here we go.
Prefer the other one.
You like this one, do you?
The new
Go
one.
on, play again.
It's a nice vibe, that.
What do you like? I mean, I can adjust the speed of it. We have an analog mode as well, which we haven't used yet. But let's just hear the analog mode for the sake of it.
I love that. We always laugh about that when you make a mistake. It's mistake.
Yeah, exactly. Mistake in a delay video.
Constantly reminding you made a mistake. I mean, I would say that the other mode is better. That's almost too dark for me.
Okay, I'm just interested then, between the two here, what is it? Because again, we're not talking about features here, we're just talking about the tonality of it all. What is it about the second one that you prefer? Because I wasn't hearing a massive difference.
I feel like the new one, the one we're currently on, is almost like cleaner. In the sense that you can clearly hear the delay underneath what you're playing, whereas the other one sort of started to get a bit buried.
Fine. Okay, let's just let
mean?
me see if I can hear that again. So just play something on the new one that you like.
Yeah. Have we gone back to the
this is
non-analog mode?
Yeah, we're in digital mode now. And here's the first one.
Yeah, there's just something a bit too synthetic about that one.
I get that. I'm hearing that now that you pointed out.
It doesn't seem to be as present without... It's weird. The other one, the new one's present, but it doesn't get in your way. That one just seems to get lost.
Got it. Okay, right. Apologies for the camera shot here. My cables aren't long enough. This is really going to freak Taylor's OCD out, isn't it? I just apologise. Are you doing that? Oh, you're doing that. I was thinking to myself, what have I done to the pedal here?
It's got a ramp mode.
Okay, right. The current one that you like the best?
Okay.
And the new one?
Very dark.
Okay, so this new one only has analog.
Don't like it.
You don't like it? Okay.
Is that the same one?
No, this is right. So Rabea has just said he's not a big fan of the sound of this pedal here, which is the sort of a classic analog delay pedal. Which is an interesting, that was the point of including a mix of analog and digital pedals in there.
Yeah.
Interestingly, the current winner has an analog mode, so perhaps let's just have a little listen to see if you still prefer, so here's the new pedal, here's the current winner stays on in its analog mode.
Okay. It sounds great. And then this
Here's
one's the new one.
Yeah.
No, you see, it gets lost. The other one seems to, you can hear it dancing around in the background, even if I'm sustaining chords. Whereas that one didn't sound like it was even on.
I mean, I can turn it up a little bit.
Go on then.
Go on, I'm done.
To the current winner?
Yeah.
It sounds weird now. It sounds darker.
It is. It's in analog. Now I've put it back to digital.
Okay. And go back to the other one. No, I still prefer the
You're
other
still
one.
staying winner stays on.
Yeah.
Just going to say in that last one, you sort of inferred that you weren't a big fan of what is a pretty classic kind of analog delay pedal.
Right.
Would you say that typically, if you're buying a delay pedal, you wouldn't buy an analog delay pedal? Or
No, I actually go for analog delay over anything else.
weird?
It's either analog or tape delay that I like the sounds of when I'm dialing stuff in.
Okay, well that's interesting. So your current favourite, you preferred the digital mode
Because
to the analog mode.
It's darker than your average digital mode, but not. It's darker than the
All
average.
right, let's see if I can dial in an analog tone that you prefer. Is the speed of the delay okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is on analog mode. And this is digital.
That's the current favourite, is it?
Okay, yeah, and that's in digital. So I'm going to go to the next one here, which again can be switched between digital or analog. So we'll leave it in its digital mode.
Okay. See, for me, that's too bright. What I like about the digital mode of the current favourite is that it isn't too bright.
I see. So it's almost like a sort of a old school digital as
Yeah,
opposed
it's
to.
nice. It's
Let's
warm.
try it. So this new contender has an analog mode, so we can
Okay.
give that a go.
Yep. No, it's almost non-existent. Like, that's too dark for an analog
Really?
delay
Okay,
for
so
me.
again, compared to the analog mode of the current favourite.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I still prefer that one.
You still prefer that one? Interesting. Okay, right, we shall remove this one. I quite like that one. It's a popular pedal, this one. Who knows what it is? Well, obviously, everyone watching. Let's try something like this. Right. Here we go. The competitor here is a modulated delay, and try as I might in the manual, I cannot find a way of turning the modulation off. So you are stuck with this rather nice modulated delay sound.
All right.
And here is the new one.
mean, it's
80s.
I was about to say it's totally that kind of.
Here's your current favourite.
So this is my current favourite.
Yes.
So.
Okay, I can, of course, just modulate the current contender to perhaps get... So here we are. Here is our sort of modulated current contender.
This is the new one. I mean, this is that.
I mean, a bit over the top, but it's very kind of Andy Summers kind of vibey sound. It's frustrating again.
I was just going to say
is it too modulated? Is it
if
like
I
a
want that
shoegazer
sound, I'd
thing?
rather grab a chorus pedal, a flanger pedal, whatever, and build that sound myself rather than having it in a delay pedal. So for that reason, I'm out.
Okay, Deborah Meaden. Let's put that over here. Okay, so we're going to take the modulation off of our current winning pedal and compare it to a new one.
Okay.
Here we go. Here's the new one. Let me make the delays a little longer. Oh,
yeah.
Slow it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank the Lord, this has no modes or modulation or anything. It's just that's it.
Okay.
It does a delay sound.
Nah.
Okay, going back to your current winner.
I like that one better.
You're still staying with this, aren't you?
It's got a good
You're
vibe.
still staying with this.
Got a nice
Okay. Right. I'm going to pull in a favourite of mine. I don't want to influence you in any way, although I probably already have. But
I had one idea of what it might be, but
Really? What do you think it is? Go on.
It depends that it's changed. It depends if you've changed your taste, but you used to love a carbon copy.
Can't
MXR.
possibly say. Can't possibly say. Okay, so again, this one we have the option of modulation or not modulation, and there is no modulation at the moment.
Okay.
Here we go. As you can hear, it is an analog.
Can you have a little bit more in the mix, please?
Yep.
And the other one?
You know what? I don't okay, fine. I shouldn't have never said it is a carbon copy. Hey. I don't remember this being as
Dark.
analog and dark as it is. I haven't had one of these on the board for ages, but I remember loving it. I used to love the modulated setting, so here we go with that now.
Nah,
It's
not
like
into it.
it's like a first girlfriend that you really remember. She's been like you really liked her, and then you meet her slightly later on in life. I don't know, I really saw in you. Yeah. But that's kind of how I'm feeling now about that.
Yeah.
There we are. Apologies to my first girlfriend. I'm sure you're lovely. Okay, here is another contender. Oh my life.
Ooh.
Yes! Shoegaze, baby. What have we got here?
What a weird.
I like it.
That was interesting. I don't know. It's a bit.
It's a bit sort of.
Not a fan.
Yeah, you're not a fan?
No.
Too dark again?
Yeah.
Too dark. You know, we didn't even try the first one to compare it.
I just know
not a
that the
fan.
first one again has vibe. I don't know what it is, but it has vibe.
You know, I don't think I've actually ever tried this new one yet, and I've kind of been interested to try it. Okay, everything at 12 o'clock. Let's see what it sounds like.
Ooh. Can I have a bit more mix, please?
I quite like that one.
I like it.
Yeah. And it does have some modulation. Here we go.
I like this one. Yeah, let's go with that one. I like it better.
Really? Well, here's your. I mean, again, we haven't even. Here's the one that's been on for like the last 7-8 rounds.
And the new one? So, this is going to be random to say, but this one doesn't build up in the mids quite as much as the first one. And for that reason, I prefer it.
Build up in the mix? You mean it's like
mids?
Mids. Oh, okay.
Yeah, something about the first one started to create more of a cloudy mid-range, which originally was nice because it was present wherever you had it, whereas the new one, it's smoother and I actually prefer it.
You know what? In guitar terminology bingo, cloudy mid-range is a new one.
Cloudy mid-range.
Yes! Add that to guitar pedal bingo words that... I need convincing. I just want to go between your current... So this is the one that's been on for ages.
Okay. Yeah.
And here's the new one. There's not a lot in it, is there?
It's smoother.
Okay. Wow.
There's more space in it.
Okay, well, there we go. Let's see if there's a preference here. You know, I said I've not tried this one before, and I will get better acquainted with it. I think I like what we hear.
Okay.
Sorry, editors. I'm really struggling to keep all the pedals straight. Okay, current favourite with no modulation.
Okay.
Yeah. New one. Just trying to get the...
I like it though.
And the current winner.
Oh, it's hard to tell
That is
now.
tough.
And then the new one. I think I like this one better.
Thinks he likes this one better.
Can I have a bit more mix?
You may indeed. I mean, we've got different modes and stuff like that we could mess around with if you want to. But okay, go on.
Oh, can we half the... Nice. It's nice. I like it. Yeah.
So you're staying.
Let's go with that.
We're staying with that one. Okay. I'm going to leave this one for special mention towards the end. I did like it. It did win a round or two. Okie dokie. Right. This is a straight up regular digital delay now coming in.
Okay.
Again, by all means, tell me how you want this set. It's the Edge.
Yeah. I mean, it's very digital, but it's a high quality one, it sounds like. Maybe
Okay, here's the previous
it's cheap,
one.
I don't know. There's like a weird flutter on this.
I can turn the modulation off.
Yeah. And then the new one. I mean, that one's fun, but I prefer the sound of the other one.
Okay, no problem at all. We have only got 3 more pedals to go, Mr. Rabea.
Okay.
Again, you've got a choice of digital or analog here. So let's start in its digital mode and switch it over. Here's the new one in its digital mode.
Quite nice.
It's digital has that real difference in the top end of the repeats, doesn't it? That I don't think is better or worse. It's just you can almost tell as music's changed over the years. You can just see as like different delay technology has kind of come on, it's changed the sort of sound of. I mean, nowadays, of course, guitar players can just go and choose whatever they want, so they can choose. But I think that sort of 1960s through to the 80s, you can almost hear each decade of music changing the delay type, can't you? But I'm going to try an analog. Here's analog.
It's nice.
Okay, and here's the current.
There's something weird going on there. I've just noticed a weird fluttering thing that I don't like, so I don't want it.
Fine. Ooh. Okay.
It's like a weird fluttery thing that I didn't notice
fluttery
before.
thing.
Like a I
mean, literally like a flutter.
Yeah, I'm not subscribed. I can't get behind it.
You can't subscribe to it.
No.
A bit like our YouTube channel.
I am subscribed.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, lots of knobs and buttons. Let's see what happens here. Right, contender.
Right, we ready?
Yes.
Whoa. It's like you get one big repeat and then
You
quiet
do get
ones.
one big repeat. Let's see if I can change that. Mr. Rabea, I'm going to try some different mode, this pedal.
Yeah.
I think there'll be a mode you prefer. So let's try that, see if we get any better now.
Okay. I don't know.
I don't know. Here's the other one then.
Yeah. Can I have more mix in this one, please?
Yes, you can. I'm going back to its digital mode as well. I think you preferred that.
Okay. And then the new one again?
Yep.
That's too bright for me.
Too bright.
Yeah.
Yeah, what, we've been in this one off, or do you want me to edit it?
Maybe back off the brightness if you can.
Okay.
Nah.
No, we're staying with the other one, are we? Okay, there's only one more to go now, Mr. Rabea.
Okay.
Let's pop that over there. I'm really not sure. Comment section below. How do we do these delay shootouts kind of... it's a tough one, isn't it?
This is tough.
This is a tough one. This is, I sort of feel like, you know, in an alternate dimension, I gave up on this halfway through and we just went and did something else. But we persevered. Okay, so we have got here on this final contender, we don't really have like a digital and an analog mode per se. We just have sort of modes through the ages, perhaps I should say. So this is its most vintage mode.
Okay.
And here we go. Let's have a little listen to this one.
I like that.
Okay, and here is your current favourite in its analog mode.
And the new one? I like this one. I think I prefer this one.
All right, I'm going to put it into its next mode and maybe compare that to the previous one in its digital mode. So we're on the new one now.
Oh, I like that.
Other one? Oh, yeah.
Prefer the other one.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, isn't it? I sort of, with those slightly longer feedbacks in its digital mode, the one that's been your current favourite for a while starts to sound a bit unpleasant, doesn't it, on the delays? But when it had less feedback, you didn't really notice it.
Does the new one have any modulation?
Yes, would you like some?
Just a scope.
And which mode did you prefer, by the way, out there? So there is a third mode. Let's just try the third mode just for this.
Okay.
Without giving too much away, the third mode, I think, is a combination of the first two modes.
Okay.
So let's just leave it on. Was first or second your preference?
Let's go back to the first.
All right, but with modulation.
Yes,
now.
please.
Okay.
This one wins. I like this one a lot.
Well, I think what we're going to do, I mean, this
I like it.
100% deserves an honourable mention. I think what I'm going to do is do the final shootout of the three.
Okay.
The three pedals that seem to do well all through this, and now it's interesting because they're all especially these two, ladies and gents, are obviously of a vibe.
Yeah.
Right, Mr. Rabea. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, this one did well in the early rounds. This one did well in the middle. And this one sort of, cinched it right at the end. But let's see which Rabea ultimately likes. The nice thing here is they can all be in a kind of a analogy modulated kind of vibey mode.
Okay.
Which will be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So all we've now got to do is just sort of roughly stack up the mix and the repeats and stuff. So let's start with this one.
It's very...
What are we saying?
It's barely noticeable. That delay's so dark.
Really? Okay, so this was the one that I could switch between the analog and digital mode. And so let's go back to the digital mode.
That's nice, but it's...
So when you're saying it's barely noticeable, are you saying
so
that...
dark, you couldn't really hear it.
That's interesting. So what you're saying is the only time you can really hear it is when you stop playing and you let the repeats go. So it's like it's not really noticeable whilst you're playing.
Yeah.
Interesting. See, I quite like that as a feature of a delay pedal, for it not to get too muddy. But okay, next. Sorry, let me just do.
Okay, it's cool. Let's try the other one.
Next one.
I like that one.
I feel like this one needs to come back into it maybe instead of this one. What do you think? I'm getting nods. Okay, that's that one.
Yeah.
One more run through here. It's next one.
Yeah.
And the last one.
Super dark, though. But it's really vibey, though.
It's okay. It's really weird because I don't feel like. So the pedal that we didn't have in the mix here was we didn't have a Strymon timeline.
Okay.
Okay, so we haven't got what you would normally use.
Yeah.
We have had Strymon pedals in here as well as a host of other brands that you like as well. You've ended up with two pedals that are doing the whole Bucket Brigade thing, which is quite an old school vibe, sort of, Deluxe Memory Man kind of vibe. And another very well-known brand here, but that's got a digital or an analog emulation in it. So it's a digital pedal with an emulation in it. In fact, they make...
I'm preferring the last one that I've heard. The one we're on currently, for me. That's got to be the winner for me.
It is a fabulous sounding pedal. I kind of, but I still really like I really liked this one.
is nice. That
even
is
though
nice.
there's no modulation on this pedal, or at least no modulation control, there feels like there's some almost like natural.
Yeah, like
something.
it's pre-dialed in. I still think I prefer the other one.
Yeah, no, I think you're probably right. And this little diddy one in the middle here, just. They're all good, but I think the consensus is that you like this one the best.
Yeah.
Right, Mr. Rabea, you may now peer over what we tried. We had everything here from, cheapest chips, vintage delays, through to, some fairly expensive stuff.
Range.
We had, pretty much all the brands are well known, aren't they? But I think the only one I gave away in there was the
carbon copy.
because I'd forgotten that you realised that I used to like them so much.
Yeah.
So again, like we did before, what do you think that you wouldn't have liked or would have liked? What's your vibe?
I don't think I would have gone for the Polymoon.
Right.
I don't think I would have gone for.
What is it? Meris have a real.
It's too overcomplicated.
Is that because I think that there's a massive army of Meris fans out there that get really angry when I sort of maybe don't get under the hood enough for these. But I'm a bit like if I haven't worked out
to get under the hood.
Yeah. If I haven't worked out what everything does and got a sound that I like in like 3 seconds out of a pedal, I sort of dismiss it. But other people don't. Other people are just like, no, got to get into
delay pedals like that. Like I would get, when you look at a timeline, for example, it's got enough of a screen so you know what you're on. The layout of it makes it so easy to get under the hood. Like you can dial almost any delay sound you want with that, just because of the choice of controls. Whereas stuff like that, I just get lost.
Yeah,
I get confused.
Okay, so
Memory Boy, I'm not sure.
Memory Boy, I if I'm honest with you, I don't know technically the difference between the Memory Boy and the Memory Man, whether it's componently different or just whether it's feature different, but it was really dark, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was quite gritty and dark sounding.
Well, I actually don't know. I can't remember which one that was, but I don't know, man. I would like to think that I would have chosen the Starlight, the El Capistan. Is it El Capistan?
El Capistan one made me laugh. The El Capistan one is the whole thing. I can hear a flutter. I can hear a flutter. And of course there is a controller in it called the flutter. And I've even turned it, well, it was on. And then you said I can hear it and I turned it off. And it's, and even off.
There was something weird.
Yeah,
I mean. Oh, is that the one that I thought was that I didn't want because of the flutter?
Yes. Yeah.
That's a shame because I do like that pedal. But Starlight I really like. And
Starlight, I feel like I might have let the guys down here because we tried 2 or 3 different modes and changing stuff and just couldn't dial in a sound that was
I do like the Starlight.
Immediately pleasing. So okay. So you didn't choose that as your favourite, you didn't choose that as your favourite, you didn't choose that as your favourite or that as your favourite.
I've got a feeling the Brig would have been in there. The Strymon, the new one.
You think you might have chosen the Brig as one of your favourites? Well, maybe you did, maybe you didn't.
I think possibly. Oh, it's the DD3. Like I know I used to love the Boss DD7, but that's not in the selecting. I know I like the ARP87 as well, but I don't know if I would have chosen that. Oh, I don't know.
Right. Well, look, it was a good day for Walrus because both the ARP87 and the Fundamental came out well. The Fundamental was the one, because I think these new like $99, where you get boutique brands that do like the Series 3, it's all become a bit like, oh, so you're doing one as well now, are you? And you're doing one as well now.
It's
the same range of pedals out of every brand.
Yeah.
And I think they're whereas this did well when it first came out because it was new. Everyone that's following is almost having like less success each time because it's a bit like meh.
And a lot of it is in the fact that it's like just a white box too.
Yeah, but this actually really stood out and did well. So that was a good pedal. Might have to revisit that. And you like the ARP as well. You absolutely did like the Brig. And then the other weirdy one as well that did really well was this little TC Bucket Brigade thing.
Interesting.
And that was what was interesting because the Brig this is Strymon's take on a Bucket Brigade delay pedal. Then all of these, I think, were just like, they did okay, right? I don't think there was anything here necessarily that you didn't like. I mean, as a takeaway, if you guys want to get into delay pedals on a real budget, both of these pedals are sub 40 quid, I think.
Wow.
So and they sounded fine. I think the carbon copy is a vibe of pedal that if you want it, it's great. If it's not your thing. I liked the Boss. There was a point at which I thought you were going to choose the Boss, and I was thinking we're going to have a clean sweep of Boss today with Blues Driver and DD3. But no, it was, in the end, it boiled down to these 4, and I was kind of alternating between the 2 Walrus ones. And unsurprisingly, in the least surprising, most boring news of the day, B. Strymon wins the delay shootout.
It's the thing, man. I'm just so used to it. I've used them for so many years. Because I'm assuming that Bucket Brigade algorithm will be from the timeline. Because there's a debucket in the timeline.
I mean, it's relatively recent that we did the video on this, so it's fairly fresh in my mind. But it is a digital emulation of Bucket Brigade chips, whereas from what I understand, some of these other ones are actual Bucket Brigade chips.
I think I'm just used to the vibe that they have. I don't know what it is. I think
Pete and I loved
I'm relieved
this.
again.
Yeah, Pete and I loved this in the video that we did on it. It's just a wonderful. Strymon just do this.
They're immersive.
It's immersive. That's the word.
Whether it's reverb or delay, they manage to get the immersion part of it right, and you just get lost in it.
So there we are. Thank you very much again, Rabea. It's
worries.
lunchtime now. Links to all of these will be below. That's a Sire S7. That's a Victory Kraken VX. Check all that out below if you want to. See you next time.
Bye.